Hello, this is Danielle from Danielle Louise Health and Wellbeing. How are you? So, I wanted to talk about the coronavirus and really ways in which you can help yourself to be able to get through what is quite a tricky moment in time. Now, I am currently living in Lincoln, in Lincolnshire, in the UK. And as far as I am aware, we have 4 cases of coronavirus as today, and it's the 18th of March. Um, and as far as I'm aware, all of those people are still alive. Um, However, being a businesswoman and being part of so many different social media groups, um, I have been really impacted by this wave of fear that most people are going through and moving through. And I wanted to create a video to talk about that fear, the impact it can have on your immune system, and really ways in which we can cope with the coronavirus and the impact that it has by really looking after our mental and emotional health. So as soon as we are in a state of fear, we hit the fight or freeze mode. And as soon as we are there, that's when our hormone levels are heightened and we can become incredibly stressed. And it really does impact on our immune system straight away. And we all know this, regardless of whether we are massively interested in our own health prior to this event or not. We all know that stress has an impact on us and our well-being. So to carry this fear energy will automatically attack your immune system and bring it down. So it's absolutely crucial that you look after your mental health. And I'm going to share with you a few ways in which you can do this. This is not a case of you sticking your head in a bucket of sand, I promise. But hopefully it will give you some ways in which you can feel a little bit more in control of your situation. So to begin with, just ask yourself what is true. So I was speaking yesterday to a client who was just in a state of panic about the coronavirus and the impact it was going to have on her work and on her health and her childcare. And we really had to bring it down to a perspective and right now in this moment. So what right now in this moment, what you know to be true. And I am not talking about the statistics that you're reading on the news or the main headlines in your country or the main headlines in your county. I'm asking you what is true for you right now in this moment. Do you know anyone who has it? Do you know anyone who is under the weather? Do you know anybody who is vulnerable? What is your current truth in this moment? And that should bring you to a realization that perhaps not everyone you're surrounded with has got it. Perhaps not everyone you know is ill. Perhaps not everyone you know is in hospital. And so try and bring yourself back into the moment of what is true for you. Now, this is not about just looking after yourself and, joining, the craze of the toilet roll. But we will use the toilet roll for an example. And that is, we saw a few pictures on social media of a few empty shelves and a few stockpiling of toilet roll. Now, yes, it has become quite a joke now, but actually it's still very serious for those who haven't got it. Toilet roll, that is. And so I want you to consider for a moment that actually that panic buying was spread between us really, really quite rapidly and became true rapidly. And the reason why it became true is because we saw it everywhere. So we convinced ourselves that it was true and it became true. Now, we've all heard thoughts become things, right? And this is a complete example of that. So we were all thinking about toilet roll and then it all disappeared because we realised that we thought everyone was panic buying it and therefore we panicked, bought it, and then we end up with empty shelves. But this can also be an example of how coronavirus can spread through psychologically. So I'm asking you to take that moment and ask yourself, what is true for me right now? So that you can bring yourself back into this moment now, because this is all we've got and this is all we know. Okay? And looking at the the panic buying gives us an idea of actually how we can convince ourselves that we're poorly when we're not. And this is something else that I really want you to think about. Look after your mental health. What is true? I'm feeling good. And that's a choice. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling well. And if you're struggling with that, bring yourself to a place of gratitude. I am so happy and grateful that my daughter is healthy. I'm so happy and grateful that my mum is healthy. I'm so happy and grateful that my sister is healthy. And take it down that road. Because if that's true for you right now, that is your truth and you can be grateful for it. I'm so happy and grateful that I have pasta. Because if that's what we live off. So I really want you to think about what is true for you in the moment and try your hardest to stay in that moment of truth instead of being convinced that everyone around you is poorly. And this is exactly the same with business. So lots of people panicking. All my staff are going to become ill, or they're going to self-isolate, or my clients might decide to self-isolate and it's not a service that I can provide online. You don't know who is going to self-isolate. All you've got right now is the moment, this moment right now, that is true to you. And if we go back to thoughts becoming things, and that we are manifestors, regardless of whether we are aware of it or not, in control of it or not, we manifest everything. So if we look at it from that viewpoint, don't say something's going to happen before it actually has happened. Don't step into the future of the unknown because you don't know that's going to happen. What is your truth right now in the moment? And that might be that 2 or 3 of your clients have cancelled. Okay, that's fine. But look at it in the reversal of how can I reach them? Is there anything else I can do to provide my service for them? Is there anything I can do? Can I switch up my service? And really think about that. This is a time for growth. This isn't a time for going into fear, only knowing fear, only projecting negativity, only projecting your fears of the future. This is a time for bringing you back to now, right now in this moment and this moment of truth. So really think about how this coronavirus can work for you. How can it work for you? What will it bring you? What gifts will it bring you? We don't know what the statistics are in comparison to normal flu death rates. There's so much that we don't know. So just hold on to what you do know, what your truth is right now in this moment. And that is the greatest way that you can look after yourself. It's the greatest way you can stay positive. It's the greatest way that you can stay strong. So asking yourself what is true for you right now, and then move forward from that place. And yes, we do very much need to be proactive as opposed to reactive. So ask yourself still, how may I serve? Perhaps you can offer work that you have got skills in on a temporary self-employment basis that is going to be a need for somebody. Not everybody is going to be hit financially immediately. And again, because we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know how bad the situation is going to be or how good the situation is going to be. So always ask yourself, what do you know to be true right now? What can you do to still serve that might mean thinking outside of the box, but providing a service that is needed right now? And really just look after yourself in that way with your mindset. And look at what is possible instead of what isn't. And I suppose a call to anyone who feels they are a light worker or has been told that they are a light worker, now is your time. Now is your time to step up and spread your truth and your positivity and shine your light, because we've never needed it so much. Reach out to people like I'm doing. I would never have started a YouTube channel before this moment because I've never felt so compelled to share my truth, to share my knowledge and my wisdom and my energy as I have done right now. And wanting to share it is far greater than the fear of actually sharing it. So really try and stay in control of your thoughts and your mental health, because that will serve you so greatly in this time of unknowing. And look at other tools that you can use. What affirmations can you tell yourself instead of telling yourself, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my business? What else can you tell yourself in terms of the story of the future? A future self meditation right now to 6 months along the line. Where are you going to be, and how do you want that to be? And really think about that vibration instead of the unknown and the fear of the unknown. I really hope you found this helpful. And this is my very first video on YouTube when it comes to coaching and healing. So if you like it, please do subscribe and click like. I believe that's what you do. And keep posted, because there will be more coming your way. Take good care.